So far on this run of matches, been pretty straightforward. Wang Zhengming into the second round, then Tan and Lei doing the business. Well, will it be straightforward for Michelle Lee? She's on a real high right now, and she takes on the English girl in her World Championship debut here. Fontaine Chapman before we have some Danish action for the fans here in the BWF Super Arena to enjoy. Holding in York up against the Australian pair of Raymond Tam and Grania Somerville. So Michelle Lee makes her way out onto court, followed by Fontaine Mika Chapman. Well, it's a tough order, isn't it, for Chapman? She probably would have liked maybe a kinder draw. You never know what you're going to get, I suppose. Michelle Lee is the golden girl as far as Canada's concerned, taking the gold medal. A big stepping stone, she says, for her. The first Canadian women's singles champion in Scotland just a few weeks back, and up against Fontaine Mika Chapman, who wasn't even in the squad for England, left out at the Commonwealth Games, but this is a World Championship debut. I suppose it's a case for her of enjoying it. She did pretty well in the Uber Cup, where England maybe surprised a few by making it into the knockout stages, but Michelle Lee here having a super year, up to 20 in the world, and she looks like she's climbing those rankings.
Yeah, she's on a confident boost, and we'll be coming here to do some damage.
Because she won the Canada Open in May as well, quarterfinals US Open. She got to the quarterfinals of the All England. Fontaine Chapman, well, she reached the semi-finals of the Portuguese Open in March, but she's playing at a slightly lower level than Michelle Lee. She's obviously not played at a World Championship before. She knows what her opponent's capable of. She's going to have to be right on it.
Yeah.
Radomir Brezhnet is our umpire. Lee Tong-ni, our service judge.
Well, for Chapman is just enjoying this, I think. You know, coming in here, she's not a favorite. You know, just go in and she at least has had that experience by being at the Uber Cup in India in May. She had a couple of matches against China. She was the #1 player out in the women's singles for England. So she's played against the level of player that she's having to meet today. Maybe some would say even higher level, playing against the likes of Wang Yihan. So she knows what's expected of her.
Yeah, and she didn't shrink there either. She didn't shrink in Delhi.
No.
And she put up a good performance.
Ready to play.
Well, there'll be a few nerves fluttering for Fontaine Chapman, and for Michelle Lee. Well, it's a first time back on court, isn't it, since the joy of Glasgow a few weeks ago. Not much time for her to revel in that. Fontaine Chapman, well, she'll be eager, because of course she'd have been very disappointed not to be in the England squad for the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, she has a lot to, you know, she can show. She has the game in her. Yeah, she can just prove them wrong. That will be good for her. I see Michelle Lee. It's of course it's always difficult when you win something that big as the Commonwealth. But on the other hand, this is way different. This is the World Championships. There's a lot of countries here that were not at the Commonwealth. So it's completely another thing.
Yeah, this is a lot higher standard.
On my right.
But I mean, she did beat PV Sindhu in the semi-finals.
And on my left,
higher than her in the world.
Canada.
But she certainly got Canada talking about badminton in recent years, of course. With Alex Bruce, they in the women's double narrowly missed out on the Olympic bronze medal.
Of course, they benefited from the pairs that were disqualified.
Service over, 1. Love.
Not a good start.
And she also beat Sindhu in the mixed team event as well.
Service over, 1.
But what a fantastic thing for Canadian badminton. Michelle Lee winning that Commonwealth. That's
because they've found it very tough on the funding front as well as Canada badminton.
Service over, 2, 1.
Well, fairly confident start on a World Championship debut by Fontaine. Of course, Michelle Lee will be aware she lost in the first round last year in Guangzhou. Lost to the Bulgarian Linda Zechiri, but she has come a long way with her game in the 12 months that have followed. But that does, she'll be aware of that.
yeah.
We've already seen one upset today. We saw a player who was, you know, the star of Japan's Thomas Cup win today, Kenichi Momoto, say goodbye to the men's singles. And we were talking about Wang Zhengming, who won earlier, and we were saying, you know, might have a tougher battle than he had this afternoon when he takes on Vladimir Ivanov in round 2. Well, Ivanov is 21-19, lost the first game to Peter Kuko, is 5-3 down in the second as well. So, well, upset score there so far, you have to say. 5-1 up.
Nice.
Start of an upset maybe here.
Service over.
And I must say, Michelle Lee looks a little bit sore, if you can say it like that. She's not moving that well when you start here. Maybe she just needs to get going. Well played by Japan. Again, fantastic. Really good. Good follow-up there on the smash.
6-2.
She's been out here in Denmark, hasn't she, in the build-up to these World Championships?
Yeah.
While Michelle Lee was obviously playing in the Commonwealth Games, and Fontaine Chapman wasn't. Chapman came out here. A lot of the England players training with the Danish team. You trained with some of them yourself, Jim, didn't you?
Yeah. They were up here for a week, so I trained with the Danes as a sparring exchange. They look quite ready, the English players. It was good. Where I think maybe I helped 2 Canadian players as well who were stayed after the Commonwealth, stayed in Denmark, and they stayed here to the World. But I think Michelle went back.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a lot of traveling there as well.
Yeah. That's a 5-6 hour time difference.
Service over, 7-4. Service over, 5-7.
Yeah, I think Japan here needs to get the rallies going like she did in the start, you know. It's important for her just not to give it to Michelle, you know, instead of, you know, make her work for it.
Stick to the game plan. You know, we do it sometimes in the commentary box. It's easy sometimes to get ahead of yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
You make a really good start.
But this was the points you worked for, Michelle. But the 3 other points were just easy mistakes from, not easy mistakes, but mistakes that she needs to cut out of her game if she's to win this one.
And we're noticing, aren't we, maybe a little bit of drift here.
For me, it looks like, oh, it's a great shot. Fantastic. For me, it looks a little like at the end that Chapman is staying on now. She has to drift with her. So the drift will going to Michelle. So we've seen a few lifts and clears and going out on that side where it seems like the players are misjudging the line a little bit on this side. The side where Chapman is staying. Very powerful.
Service over. 8-0.
Well, the golf is 66 places in terms of their world ranking positions, but nothing between them in the opening 16 points.
Oh, it's a great shot.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
But this is why Chapman, she needs to play kind of a game where Michelle Lee can come in and do these things where she can cut off into the shuttle, make him move a little bit more. Easier said than done, I know that, but that's her chance. See, that's better.
Service over. 9-0. Ten, 9.
That's nicely placed from Michelle Lee. Tying it up again at 10 points all.
10-0.
Yeah, she's getting a bit of joy in that side of the court. Yeah, that's good. Well played, Fontaine Chapman.
11-10.
Got off to a terrific start here. The lead right now is a slender 1, but she is in front. And while we're watching this, I mentioned before the match between Peter Kukul and Vladimir Ivanov, another development there as well. It looks as if Ivanov, who of course is in men's doubles action, later on tonight has had a bit of an injury concern as well.
Yeah, some ankle problem or something.
There's Jeff White, the team manager of Canada.
Colt 1,
It seems
20
like he's
seconds.
continuing.
Colt 1, 20 seconds. Thanks,
The perspiration. I mean, badminton, and it's warm in here as well, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, working for every point. I mean, they've only been on, well, in the match for 9 minutes, but
11-10.
you look at them and think they've been out there an hour already. Great smash to the body from Michelle Lee. And maybe a
11.
little talk from the team manager might just do her the good here in the second half of this game.
It looked a little bit, you know, as I said, she looked a little bit fatigued to start with, but I think she's going to up the tempo now. I think Jeff has told her to.
Come on, this is the, you know, you might have won, I'm not sure this was a conversation, but it's kind of like, you know, okay, you've won Commonwealth Gold, but this is the World Championships. Come on. That's it. 2 really good points since the interval from Michelle Lee.
12-11.
Yeah, talking about Ivanov, I mean, he's got a big men's doubles match, hasn't he, against what was the European final?
Yeah.
From this year in Russia, up against the Mads, Peter Colding and
Mads Conrad.
Yeah, Pedersen alongside Sozanov.
Well, he doesn't look like he's moving that well.
No, I mean, and the worst thing is if it is an ankle injury, and we're speculating here, is Michelle Lee now. She's lead narrowed back to 1. Chapman getting her first point since the interval. That just wide. Wasn't far. She looks like she's Got her iron again now, Michelle Lee, but you know, you stop playing, it can tighten up as well, can't it? An ankle injury. She just missed there again. Michelle Lee. Fontaine Chapman will take these points gratefully.
Oh, good shot though.
Yeah, as was the previous one as well.
Service over.
Well, she's really going for it, Chapman. I like that. You know, she's not. When the chance is there now, she's just trying to take the net there, and I think she needs to do that because she's got some quite good shots from the backcourt.
Yeah, and I think this is more of the same of what she was showing at the Uber Cup. I don't think she's afraid of playing on this stage.
Oh, great shot. That's why she needs to take it in.
Service over.
I think she was leading against Wang Yihan at one point.
Oh, very precise. Impossible to defend. If you're not leeching away, of course.
Service over. 15-14.
A lot more aggressive she's been, hasn't she, since the interval, Michelle Lee?
Great shot again. Oh, but she's really, you can see the idea that she wants to keep the attack, Chapman. You know, she takes the net at all costs down because she's got those shots from the back like that.
I think it was just wide.
Yeah.
You'd have given it the old call, would you?
Yeah.
Service over.
Good play again.
And I think from an England team point of view here,
15,
I mean, she's got a chance here to win the way things are shaping up. But given her performance at the Uber Cup, given the way she's playing here, there'll be some encouragement that this is a young girl, what, 24, Chapman, that you know, she doesn't look out of place, does she? No.
Good rally. Yeah, really staying in the rallies there, Chapman, and she's rewarded for it.
Oh, just wide. Chapman ahead.
17-16.
Going for the shots, and she's missing them by small margins. You can think of at least 3 points going Chapman's way that look like they might be Lee winners. Oh, excellent. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Wow.
Service over. 17.
She was getting ready to celebrate this one, wasn't she?
Number 3.
That's a very good shot. Unlucky.
Play.
Oh, what an excellent game this has proved to be. 17 points all. Tight net shot. Oh, well, that might be going wide, but it's netted anyway from Chapman.
But look how much
17.
Chapman, she doesn't use the backcourt at all. She keeps it to the net at all costs, and then forcing Michelle Lee to left. Now that's that could be down to the drift as well, because she's finding it difficult to control it. But I think it's at the same time it's a good tactic. It's her chance, and it's worked so far.
Well, 18 points all.
And they are facing from
Ready all to play for here in this opening game. Wow, game points have arrived for Fontaine Chapman. This really would be a turn up for the books. You could call it maybe a Commonwealth Games hangover for Michelle Lee. One saved. And she's been going for her shots. Not been coming off, but this one
19-20.
more central. There's an opportunity though for Fontaine Chapman here.
Tight net spin from Michelle Lee at a very crucial moment.
So we're into extra points.
Out.
Oof.
Service over.
Serve was short.
21-20.
Wow. Third game point for Chapman.
She tries. There are maybe things she should try and lift it away, you know.
Get it in.
Yeah, but she's sticking to her tactics.
They've worked pretty well for her, haven't they?
Miss it.
Just about sticking into this point, Michelle Lee. Now can she turn it around? No, she can't. Fourth game point to Chapman. Can she take it this time?
Service over. 22-21. Fontaine.
Good.
Service over.
It was the best backhanded.
22-0.
I think she was a little bit lucky that didn't go out. That one there. Normally you see them a bit more.
Well, Michelle Lee has saved 4 game points. Can she find one for herself now?
Oh,
no, she can't. Wonderful. Under severe pressure, Chapman produces the goods now.
Service
Is it
over.
5th time lucky?
Yeah.
22.
And I really like that she's not afraid of using those shots, especially at a point like that. That shows you maybe that her mentally right now she's feeling loose and not afraid to play freely. So really, really good. Backhand side, be careful. Yeah, she doesn't like it down.
Oh, she left it.
Yeah, all her game points here has been played down to
Service over.
her backhand side. I think she needs to cover that a little bit more.
23 points all.
And maybe a little bit of nervousness there. This is normally you say that wasn't good judgment. But what a game. That's wide.
6th game point.
Service over. 24, 23.
She actually did what I told her to. Not that I said it, but you could see she knew that was going to come down there, but she just a little bit too aggressive on that shot. She knows it's going to come down there.
And you get the feeling now that there's going to be one. You know, she's had six opportunities. You think there's going to come one that's going to come Michelle Lee's way. She's going to take it.
That's often see that happening.
Back from Australia, service strategy.
Oh, caught the net, and she's got another game point.
Service over. 25.
Wow.
24.
What a game this is turning out to be. On paper, it looked like a...
Look at that. That was going well wide, I think. That one there.
She did well to get to it at all, didn't she, Michelle Lee? As you say, I think it was going wide, and then suddenly hits the net and it's dropping in.
That became a perfect rub. This is, see the backhand side again there.
I thought it was going to be the seventh that we're bringing it, but seven. You got, I mean, credit to Michelle Lee. I mean, she saved 7 game points here. I mean, you wonder why she can't play that tactic a bit more rather than just on game points.
I don't know. Maybe she likes it as excitement. I don't know. But it's obvious she's going for it.
25 points or 50 points in this opening game.
Oh, that's a good shot again.
Good retrieval by Lee. Chapman on the front foot again.
Fantastic.
Game point number 8. Surely she's got to take one of these. Hair problems
26,
as well for Michelle Lee.
That's not the time to have that.
Shall we change the shuttle?
Well, I think, you know, some of the things we talked about before the match with Chapman, she has got a good game. And she's really sticking to the game plan here. Really like that. That's good for England.
Wow, she got the net cord against her this time.
You can say they're playing some really good rallies in these game points.
So, Lee's yet to have a game point.
Yeah, she has not had one.
From a Chapman perspective, that's worrying, isn't it?
It is very, very worrying. Maybe the first one will come with 29-all. Shots.
Well, we are. We know. There we go. It is the first game point. 27-26.
26.
Well, we are not too far away from that 29-all scenario, are we? But after 8 opportunities, 1 this time for Michelle Lee.
No, this is tough for Chapman. Suddenly she's catching up.
There you go. Heartbreaking, isn't it, for Fontaine Mika Chapman? Credit to the ruthlessness of Michelle Lee. But what an opening game.
Yeah, fantastic. Some good rallies also in the game points. Really thought both players was doing their best and challenging each other. And they came up with some incredible shots. A little bit of luck here and there with the tape, but...
Yeah, an excellent point there just from Michelle Lee to take the opening game.
That's a great shot.
Well, so much for Fontaine Chapman to take out of that opening game, but maybe some regrets as well that she just couldn't take one of those chances that came her way. Michelle Lee taking the opening game 28 points to 26.
Gold 1, 20 seconds. Gold 1, 20 seconds. Michelle, put the handles inside.
Be interesting to see how this second game develops now, Jim, because now that she's got this game, you'd expect Michelle Lee to go on. You just wonder whether that sucked out the, not the belief, if you like, but sucked out the hopes of Fontaine Chapman.
It's a tough one. It is a tough one. But then again, she just needs to keep going, Fontaine. But I think the important thing for Fontaine now, Fontaine Chapman, is she's not satisfied with playing one good set, but to continue out here.
Yeah, it was Li Shuwei who she played in the Uber Cup twice, and she had good opening games in that, and obviously quite as dramatic as that.
No.
And that's just in. Chapman, I think,
that's a challenge.
was going to challenge that one. My initial feeling on that one.
Good challenge.
Good challenge. Yeah, I thought that was
a good challenge.
I thought it was that, but the line judge is a lot closer to the action than I am.
I'm not going to start calling those this
time. Go on, it's fine. It's fine.
It's out for sure. It's out.
Here we go. Yeah, see?
There you go.
It was out.
It's a good start. Not pretty close, though.
Yeah, listen, the line judges have called them pretty well from what we've seen so far. That wasn't out by much, but good call from Fontaine Chapman to challenge it. And now that's a challenge. Again, I have to say my initial feeling was that, but the line judge is in a great position there to see this one.
I thought that was out as well, but I can't really judge it from here, I must say.
It's been given in, by the way,
yeah.
and the challenge.
But she looked. Normally, the reaction on the player says to me what it is, and she didn't doubt that at all. If they doubt, I sometimes think. But
funny, you wait for a challenge all afternoon, and two come along in 2 points.
Yeah.
Well, the crowd are waiting for it. Just getting ready for Hawkeye to show us.
Maybe they weren't ready either.
They're so quick.
Yeah.
Really close.
Wow. This is oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It was
out.
Yeah, we got 2 out of 2. We got right. And you can see that one was pretty comfortably out.
Yeah. Well, it's so good to have this system now.
So 2 points. Hawkeye's been very busy.
Over. 2, 1.
Well, it looks as if Chapman is in her stride again here.
Service over. 2, all. Service over. 3, 2.
For those of you that heard us talking earlier about the Peter Kukul-Vladimir Ivanov match, it was Kukul who won that in straight games. Ivanov out to the Czech player.
It's a good result for Kukul.
And an interesting one to keep an eye on for later on tonight when Ivanov plays in the men's doubles, whether he's recovered from what looked A bit of an ankle issue.
Yeah, it looked like he had a little bit of a movement problem. So, but hopefully he, not from a Danish perspective, but from a fair play perspective, he'd be ready.
We want to see the match.
Yeah, definitely.
Had enough players have had to withdraw from this championship with injury or dengue fever. Is was the issue with one player, of course, Simon Santoso.
Yeah, and then again, it's the European champions, so.
Well, I have to give her credit here, Fontaine Chapman. She has not been put off by what happened at the end of that first game. She's carried on where she left off, really.
Absolutely not. And she's really sticking to the tactics. She's very, very focused. I really like that. She does have a tendency to give that, you know, backhand side away a little bit too much. And as I said, she of course covered it. That's the famous curse. But you can see that she's leaving it a little bit too much. But a very good start from Chapman.
Service over. 4-6.
Well recovered from Michelle Lee.
5-6.
It's difficult to know, isn't it, from Michelle Lee here? I mean, is it down to how well Fontaine Chapman's playing? Is it a natural effect of the victory just a couple of weeks ago and the travel that's involved? And
that's the game, but you know, you often see that you can pretty much now call Michelle Lee a top player. Now she's done good results. She won the Commonwealth. So you often see them get away with a lot of things because there's so much respect from the opponent, and that's what I really like about Chapman. She's following the tactics. She's staying in there. She's making Michelle Lee work. So I must say it's also down to Chapman.
Paul Tip is the player who waits in the second round for one of these players.
Service over. 6-7.
That'll be in the women's singles tomorrow afternoon. Ooh, the line judge there, I think was going to give that in, but I think in the end correctly called it out. Really, you could see he was in two minds here. Have a watch of this one again. Oof. He went to give it in with the one hand and then went out with the two. But he got it right. Chapman ahead again. Oh, that's just out.
Oh, they're playing pretty close to the lines here, eh?
8.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, it always looks awkward, but there's nothing you can do when it's coming at your body like that.
Please welcome the technical officials on to court number 2.
8-all. Play.
The umpire is Gavin Smith from England, and the service judge is Susan Taylor from Australia.
That one comfortably long.
9, 8.
Yeah, that's what we think there, if there is a bit of drift in this Ballerup Super Arena. And that's it. We're in Ballerup, which is just outside of the centre of Copenhagen. It's only probably a 10-15 minute drive away.
Service over. 9, 0.
Which is long for a Danish person. Not that big a country.
Please welcome from New Zealand,
Service over.
Oliver Lane Davis and Susanna Lane Davis. And they are facing from Russia, Vitaly Gergin and Nina Vistova.
Well, Michelle Lee, well, has an advantage, but hasn't she been made to fight here by Fontaine Chapman? It's far from straightforward even in this second game.
She's controlling it a little bit more now, Michelle. And she's seen those, she knows now that Chapman wants to go to the net, so she's staying up there.
11-9, the interval lead then. Game to the good for Michelle Lee.
Gold 1, 20 seconds. Gold 1, 20 seconds.
Well, is this now going to be straightforward for Michelle Lee? You think it should be, but the way Chapman's playing, it's been anything but straightforward.
Oh, it's a good rally here. Yeah, good.
Service over.
She's really sticking in there.
11.
Even in the long rallies, and I really like that. I think it's a good sign for Chapman.
I mean, you look at her results and you think, okay, you know, you just wonder why that, you know, given the fact that, you know, she, you know, taken quite a few points off Lishuay and she's playing so well here. Why is it, you know, the biggest result so far in 2014 has been reaching the semis in Portuguese Open? Because she looks like she has to get, but sometimes players actually in the higher level perform better than they do maybe when they're playing against, you know, lesser players.
There's not so much pressure. And it's now I don't know what's going on in England, but of course if there's somebody there, a coach that believes in the player, then she can also raise her game, of course. And
it's about consistency as well, isn't it? But here she is, right back in this second game again.
Oh, it's gone wide. The bit I really like with Chapman today is that even in the long rallies where she's getting moved around a lot, which I don't think she likes that much, she's actually she's gotten a lot better at that and still can control her shots. So that's a good development.
Well, Michelle Lee says if anything's improved a lot for her in the last 6 months, if you like, it's been the mental aspect of the game. She's worked very hard mentally, and I think she needed that today, having to save 8 game points, being really pushed here by Fontaine Chapman.
Yeah. Well, it is a big thing of sport, isn't it? You know, the mental part of the game. If you're not there mentally, then it doesn't really matter how good you are, what you can do. If it's
13, 14.
If the brain stops working, if you can say, then the machinery stops.
Yeah, or nerves get the better of you, or whatever it is.
Yeah. It is that controls the game, you know. So I think all elite sports players today are working on that a lot. I know in Denmark, when I've been out training there, they have a psychologist in the training, talking with the players between the games and in between the exercises.
Did you have that when you played?
Nope.
What would they have made of Jim Lagerson, I wonder?
Maybe two. Should have had
too much work.
Should have had two at the same time. So.
Well, suddenly there's a little bit of a gap. Chapman, you know, just giving herself a little bit of a hit on the head, but I don't think she can be discouraged by anything really she's done today. Just didn't time that right.
The mental aspect of it now that's the biggest gap I think she's had, Michelle, in this set. Now, what Chapman's going to do now? Is she going to just fold, or is she going to come up with something? That's going to be interesting. That's not the shot she needs to do now.
17, 13.
Oh, what a hard-fought victory this will be for Michelle Lee. It's a young Thai player awaits in pawn tip in round 2. And that's more like the sort of shot that Chapman requires.
14, 17.
Oh, well played.
Service over.
Well,
18, 14.
a lot of energy expended out on court. Still trying to stretch for everything here. Chapman got a little bit on that, but obviously not enough. And now the finishing lines got a lot closer
19,
for Michelle Lee.
14.
And she just raised her game once again at 12 points all. It was all up for grabs here, wasn't it? But now 7 of the last 9 points have gone Michelle Lee's way. She's got one back there.
15, 19.
Well, is there going to be a bit of resistance or some big resistance here?
Oh, it's a good shot. Really, really like her shots from the back court. She's got many solutions from down there. Not only the hard smash, but also the cuts and sticks. And
a little bit of hesitation there, and it means Michelle Lee, at last, has some match points to save her.
16.
Just in as well.
17, 20.
Well, 3 more match points, of course, here for Michelle Lee.
Oh,
and there you go. Excellent winning shot for Michelle Lee.
What a terrific performance, you have to say, from Fontaine Chapman as well. Really had that opportunity to take the first game. Michelle Lee saving 8 game points, and in the end, the Commonwealth Games champion got it done. But boy, was she made to fight.
21-17.
Excellent match, wasn't it, Jim?
Yeah, fantastic, especially that first game. And with a little bit of luck, which probably should have had 3 sets here, or 3 games.
Yeah, I think Fontaine Chapman will obviously run her mind through a few of those points tonight when she's in the hotel, but she can be very proud of the way she's played. Michelle Lee, though, is through to play pawn tip in round 2. 28-16, 21-17 the score.